When the silence fell, a human quiet is louder than a battle cry. Commander Thexal had faced 1,000 battles and countless species, but in all his decades of service, nothing unnerved him like a silent human. His instincts, those ancient Thraxian pulses bred from clawed ancestors and deep space predators, prickled under his armored skin the moment Lieutenant Sarah Martinez entered the strategy chamber and said, "Nothing. Not during the maps, not during the casualty projections. Not even when General Korv outlined a textbook flanking maneuver across the Zelthorn ravine." Everyone else murmured in agreement. Of course they did. It was a clean, logical plan. Flawless. But Sarah, she just sat, watching. Thexal tried to ignore it, tried, until she refused her coffee. And humans never refused coffee. After the briefing, he cornered her in the dim corridor behind the war chamber, where old light panels flickered with static and the hum of distant star drives echoed like a heartbeat. "Lieutenant," he said, "not a request." She turned. Her face was unreadable. That too was wrong. Humans leaked emotions constantly. They grinned, frowned, smirked, blinked too fast. Sarah looked blank. "You have a problem with the operation." "The plan is logical," she replied, "and yet you've said nothing. That alone terrifies me." A beat. Then another. "Permission to speak freely? Speak like lives depend on it." "They do." She activated her data slate, and the hallway dimmed further as shadows moved across the glowing terrain. "This is a trap," she said. "No, this is perfectly executed strategy," Thexal argued. She tilted the slate toward him. "Exactly, it's too perfect, too predictable. The hegemony has fought us for years. They've studied us. They know we favor symmetry, elevation, cover fire, and they expect this plan," Thexal whispered. "No," she corrected, "they want it." She didn't shout, she didn't beg. She just pointed to a narrow path no one had mentioned. A dead zone, magnetically unstable, prone to sinkholes, completely unsuitable for hovercraft or pulse rifles. "No sane commander would send forces here," she said, "and that's why it'll work." Thexal's eyes narrowed. "We'd lose half before even engaging." "We'd lose all if we go north," she said, stepping closer. "But if we walk down slowly or through the sludge, using analog compasses and antique bullet-based rifles," he blinked. "Bullets? They can't be jammed, and they don't glow. We'll ghost through the canyon like phantoms, low-tech, high madness. No one expects it." For a long moment, Thexal said nothing. Then a slow grin crept across his scaled jaw, a Thraxian war smile. "Sometimes," he said, "I forget how dangerous human creativity really is." At dawn, the hegemony sensors picked up heat spikes at the northern ridge. Artillery cannons adjusted. Sniper drones primed. They waited and waited and waited. What they didn't see: the 47 humans crawling through mire and static fog, slipping past detection grids, moving in absolute silence, primitive rifles in hand, mud up to their knees. Martinez at the lead, eyes sharp as daggers. At hour 3, they disabled the main hegemony relay tower. At hour 3 and 20, they breached the command dome. At hour 4, the hegemony fell, without ever firing in the direction they expected. Later, in the debrief room, General Korv watched the replay in silence. "How did you know?" he finally asked. "What gave it away?" Thexal didn't hesitate. Lieutenant Martinez refused coffee. Korv frowned. Thexal leaned forward. "General, if a human stops talking, it's thinking. But if a human stops drinking coffee," he let the silence stretch like a war drum, "that's the sound of your enemy about to lose.